postpartum update. We are just shy of 3 months. I know I say this every video, but it truly is crazy how fast time is just flying by. For the most part, things are going really well. I say majority of the time. There are days where it's been tough. I'm still recovering, I feel like, from a couple days ago. So we went to a wedding, and what usually is like a 5-hour drive, it took us about 9 hours going up on Friday. And then we were there Saturday, and then we drove home Sunday, and it took about 8 hours. So it was a pretty long. I'm nursing Asher right now. Yeah. Hi. It's a pretty long drive. It took a solid amount of time in the car, and we got back on Monday. We got back on Sunday, and I just had an emotional Monday. I could definitely see how easy it is to spiral into postpartum depression. Your mind can take over very quickly, so I'm incredibly grateful that it was just a tough day and it didn't go into like the next day and the next day. But I will say 2 things. When I feel myself getting kind of down, it's almost like you spiral into thoughts like you're not a good mom, or you're not a good wife, or you're not a good person, basically. And I've learned if you're not taking care of yourself during this time, it leaks out on others, especially in your children and your partner. And my husband Austin always makes a great point. He's like, if you're not taking care of yourself and getting your rest and sharpening your knife, then you're gonna continue to take it out on other people around you who don't deserve it. And I definitely caught myself a few times getting so mad at Briar for things that I would not usually get upset with, if that makes sense. Good, Asher. I know he's got the little bald spot on the back of his head from laying in his bassinet and in his little carrier thing. So Briar was having a hard time. On Monday, he decided he didn't want a nap, and I think I just needed a break, just some time to myself, and that was incredibly frustrating to me. And I took it out on Briar, and he was just not deserving, and you instantly just feel so bad about it. And I definitely took some time to myself on Monday, and I reminded myself that I'm not a bad person, I'm not a bad mom, I'm not a bad wife. I'm absolutely trying my hardest, but your mind definitely plays tricks on you to the point where you just like continuously spiral, and it's like bad thought after bad thought after bad thought. And I'm like, stop, Brittany, like that is not you. You're trying, their childhood is your first time being a mother. Don't beat yourself up for it. Just, get some sleep today. The day has already passed. You can't take anything back. You could just learn from it and move forward into the next day. Just the most important thing is that you do not take everything that you carried that day into the next day. You drop it, you learn from it, and you move on. And so I think that is how I've always been when I've had tough days, is being able to just leave it all in that day. Kind of, when you cry about something, you have one good cry and then you just never cry about it again. Not for everything, but for some things. Most things, I want to say. But yeah, so I think I know what also helps me is not only leaving it in that day and mentally telling myself I'm going to leave it in that day, but just having the support that I have around me. Austin is amazing, and he helped me a lot on Monday, and just giving me the time that I needed, helping me go through my thoughts, reassurance, and just basically holding my hand throughout the day. That truly helps. I think it's pretty amazing when you have a partner that you support and that they support you when you need them, especially on days like that, because you can fumble quickly and then continue to fumble. So I am incredibly lucky just to have the support that I have around me. So if you're in the thick of it right now, I feel you. I'll pray for you, and just keep pushing, because it does get better, and the next day is always a new day to turn it around. So that was 2 days ago. Now we're just back into the swing of things. You know, having 2 kids is just, I mean, having kids in general, there's so much reward in it, and then at the same time, it's a lot. I will say it's a lot, but every day is just a beautiful day. Briar is so funny. He had so much fun in Wisconsin. He has no fears. He was just running off the pier and jumping into the water, into Uncle Devin or Dad's hands, just living his best life. He had so much fun at the wedding. We went up for a wedding. We stayed at the wedding until like 9:30, and both of our kids were just absolutely knocked out at that point. So we went home and got a good night's rest. It's just definitely different. And, you know, I don't even have a means to drink anymore. I had a glass of wine and I was like, you know, I had 1 glass of wine. Since I don't drink barely anything, it's just enough to like take the edge off and just, I don't know, feel like a really, really light buzz, but not really a buzz. Just, you know, just like a fuzz feeling. And so yeah, I had 1 glass, and then Austin got me a 2nd glass, and I was like, I don't even want this. I feel like I'm at the point in my life where I just have like way too many responsibilities that I don't even care for alcohol whatsoever. Asher, actually, the night of the wedding, we didn't get, like I said, back till 9:30, 10. I fed Asher, and then I put him in the bassinet, because he starts the night off in the bassinet, and he actually slept the entire night in his bassinet, which was a first. I've never had him sleep through the entire night. So yeah, he went down around like 10:30, and then woke up at like 6:30. And of course, I woke up several times throughout the night to just make sure he was still breathing. He doesn't wake up often. He usually wakes up once, and then I'll bring him into bed, and then he'll nurse on each side, and then by that time, it's the time he wakes up, which is 6:30. So here's a little chunk. So all in all, it was a fun weekend, I will say. Traveling with 2 is also different. I think probably the biggest shock to me when with our first kid is that like you can't just like get up and go. Like there are so many steps that you need to take. Like before you leave the house, you have to make sure diapers are changed, everybody's fed, everybody's happy. I try to leave the house around nap time so they nap in the car and not cry in the car. So yeah, it's different, but it's different in the best ways. They definitely teach you to slow down. Asher here is very lively. He gets his sleep in. He kind of just naps whenever and wherever. And then he'll take 1 good nap around the time that Briar takes his nap, like 12 o'clock. And then he goes down between like 7 and 8, and then Briar goes down around 8 to 9. So it's nice we get a little extra time with Briar before he goes to sleep. I also nurse them both down to bed, so it's nice to have them on different schedules. He is holding his head up. We didn't do that much tummy time, but when he lays on my chest, he's doing tummy time. But he is holding his, oh, you got it, bud? He is holding his neck up by himself. He's been trying to pull himself up to sit up. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. He's super smiley, just like Briar was. He's got the prettiest blue eyes. I'm thinking they're here to stay. I don't think they're gonna change. He's very interested. He loves to hang out with his brother. Briar is saying an insane amount of words now. He's basically speaking sentences. Like, we can have a conversation. He's also super interested. He'll be like, what is this? What is this? Or he'll be like, noise. And then he'll want to know what the noise is. Asher, newborns have by far the strongest grip ever. Yeah, Briar is pretty close to being potty trained. He lets us know when he has to go poop in the toilet, so that's always nice to not have to clean up. He loves to be outdoors. Once he's out, it's really hard to get him inside unless he's tired. Where are you going with this? Come here. Yeah. Oh, look at this. You don't want to hold my hair, dude. You do not want to hold my hair. But all in all, doing really good. Breastfeeding both of them is still going. I've definitely accepted that like my body is not my body right now, and that's just what makes it so much easier to continue to breastfeed both babies. Briar nurses 1 to 3 times per day. Asher is still feeding on demand, and it's just pretty amazing that my body has the ability to feed both of them, to nourish both of them. Briar still eats a lot of food, so he doesn't have a ton of milk, but it's just pretty amazing to know that I'm nourishing 2 children and then myself at the same time. Yeah. That's by far the cutest noise too. I think newborns make the cutest coos and sighs. Do you hear that? Yeah. Hi. I want to see if I can get a smile. I have a bunch of smiles. Okay, who is that? Can you smile? Usually when I do the can you smile? I'm gonna smile on camera. Ooh, like I said, we have a bunch of smiles, but my chunk is doing really well. Super healthy, eating, sleeping, and a ton of pooping. But all right, that is postpartum, almost 3 months. Is that a wave? Can you say bye? No, you're ready to take a nap. Okay, nap time for Asher. Till next time, thanks for watching.